St. Dunstan and the Devil. In days of yore, when saints were plenty, for each one now you'd then find 20, in Glaston's fruitful vale, St. Dunstan had his dwelling snug, warm as that inmate of a rug, named in no polished tale. The holy man, when not employed at prayers or meals, to work enjoyed with anvil, forge, and sledge. These he provided in his cell with saintly furniture as well, so chroniclers allege. The peaceful mattock, ploughshare, spade, sickle, and pruning hook he made, eschewing martial labours. Thus bees will rather honey bring, than hurtfully employ their sting in warfare for their neighbours. A cheerful saint, too, oft would he mellow old time with minstrelsy, but such as gave no scandal. Than his was never harp more famed, for Dunstan was the blacksmith named harmonious by handle. And when with tuneful voice he sang, his well-strung harp's melodious twang, accompaniment lending, so sweetly wedded were the twain, the chords flowed mingled with the strain, mellifluently blending. Now 'tis well known, mankind's great foe oft lurks and wanders to and fro in ballywicks and shires, scattering broadcast his mischief seeds, planting the germs of wicked deeds, choking fair shoots with poisonous weeds, till goodness nigh expires. Well, so it chanced this tramping vagrant, intent on villainies most flagrant, ranged by St. Dunstan's gate, and hearing music so delicious, like hooded snake his spleen malicious swelled up with envious hate, thought Nick, I'll make his harp a fool, I'll push him from his music stool. Then skulking near the saint, the vilest jars Nick loudly sounded, of brayings, neighings, screams compounded. How the musician's ears were wounded, not Hogarth e'en could paint. The devil fancied it rare fun. Well, don't you like my second done? 2 parts sound better sure than one, said he with a queer grimace. Come sing away, indeed you shall, strike up a spicy madrigal, and hear me do the bass. This chafing Dunstan could not brook. He clenched his fist, he crabbed his look, betrayed his irritation. 'Twas nuts for Nick's derisive jaw, who fairly chuckled when he saw the placid saint's vexation. Au revoir, friend, adieu till noon. Just now you are rather out of tune. Your visage is too sharp, your ear perhaps a trifle flat. When I return, all round my hat we'll have upon the harp. A tale I know has gone about that Dunstan twinged him by the snout with pincers hotly glowing, levying by fieri facias tweak a diabolical screech and squeak, no tender mercy showing. But antiquarians, the most curious, reject that vulgar tale as spurious. His reverence, they say, instead of giving the nose a pull, resolved on vengeance just and full upon some future day. Dunstan the saying called to mind, the devil through his paw behind alone shall penal torture find from iron, lead, or steel. Achilles thus had been eternal, thanks to his baptism infernal, but for his mortal heel. And so the saint by wisdom guided to fix old Clutie's hoof decided, with horseshoe of real metal, and iron nails quite unmistakable, for Dunstan now had become implacable, resolved Nick's hash to settle. Satan of this without forewarning, worse luck for him, the following morning, with simper sauntered in, squinted at what the saint was doing, but never smoked the mysteries brewing. Putting his foot in't, soon the shoeing the holy smith did begin. Oh, 'twas worth coin to see him seize that ugly leg, and twixt his knees firmly the pastern grasp. The shoe he tried on, burning hot, his tools all handy he had got, hammer and nails and rasp. A startled stare the devil lent, much wondering what St. Dunstan meant this preluding to follow. But the first nail from the hammer's stroke full soon Nick's silent wonder broke, for his shrill scream might then have woke the sleepiest of Sleepy Hollow, and distant echo heard the sound, vexing the hills for leagues around, but answer would not render. She may not thus her lips profane, so shadow, fearful of a stain, avoids the black offender. The saint no pity had on Nick, but drove long nails right through the quick. Louder shrieked he, and faster, Dunstan cared not, his bitter grin without mistake showed far the sin he had found a ruthless master, and having driven, clenched, and filed, the saint reviewed his work and smiled with cruel satisfaction, and jeering said, "Pray ere you go, dance me the pas seul named Jim Crow, with your most graceful action, to tell how horny yelled and cried, and all the artful tricks he tried to ease his tribulations, would fill a bigger book than ever author undertook since the Book of Lamentations. His tale's short, quick, convulsive coils told of more pain than all of Job's boils, when Satan brought with subtle toils Job's patience to the scratch. For sympathetic tortures spread from hoof to tail, from tail to head, all did the anguish catch. And yet, though seemed his sharp correction stereotyped in Satan's recollection, as in his smarting hocks, not until he the following deed had signed and sealed, St. Dunstan freed the vagabond from the stocks. To all good folk in Christendom, to whom this instrument shall come, the devil sendeth greeting. Know ye that for himself and heirs the devil covenants and declares, that never at morn or evening prayers, at chapel, church, or meeting, never where concords of sweet sound, sacred or social, flow around, or harmony is wooed, nor where the horseshoe meets his sight on land or sea, by day or night, on lowly sill or lofty pinnacle, on bowsprit, helm, mast, boom, or binnacle, said devil will intrude the horseshoe now said's keel and roof from visitors of this rover's hoof. The emblem seemed preventing. He recks the bond, but more the pain. The nails went so against the grain, the rasp was so tormenting. He will not through Granada march, for there he knows the horseshoe arch at every gate attends him, nor partridges can he digest, since the dire horseshoe on the breast most grievously offends him. The name of Smith he cannot bear, Smith Paine he'll curse and foully swear, that Smith of Pennsylvania, with looks so wild about the face, Monroe called in, pronounced the case clear anti-Smithimania, and duly certified that Nick should be confined as lunatic, fit subject for commission. But who the deuce would like to be the devil's person's committee, so kindred won't petition? Now since the wicked fiend's at large, skippers and housekeepers, I charge you all to heed my warning. Over your threshold on your mast be sure the horseshoe's nailed fast, protecting and adorning. Here note, if humorists by trade on waistcoat had the shoe displayed, lampoon's sour spirit might be laid, and cease its spiteful railing. Whether the humour chance to be joke, pun, quaint ballad, repartee, slang, or bad spelling, we should see good humour still prevailing. And oh, if equity as well as Nisi Prius would not sell reason's perfection ever to wrangling suitors sans horseshoe, lawyers would soon have naught to do, their subtle efforts ceasing to reason from right to sever, while mu the symbol wears tant mieux, repelling sinful aid to brew his liquid strains XX. Still I advise strong drinks beware, no horseshoe thwarts the devil there, or demon mischief checks. And let me read you, Mr. Barry, not all your arms of John, Dick, Harry, Plantagenet, or Tudor, not your projections or your niches, affluent of crowns and sculptor riches, will scare the foul intruder. He'll care not for your harp or whistle, nor lion, horse, rose, shamrock, thistle, horned head, or honey sweat, nor puppy griffs, though doubtless meant young senators to represent, like Samson armed with jaw. Only consult your sober senses, and ponder well the consequences, if in some moment evil the old sinner should take the speaker's chair, make Blackrod fetch the nobles there, and with them play the devil. Then do not fail, great architect, assembled wisdom to protect from Satan's visitation. The horseshoe fortify each gate, each lion's paw, and then the state is safe from ruination.